All right, guys, Mr. Proskus here. We are going straight into inequality introduction, okay? I'm gonna need you to write this down. Más importante. Now, first off, I got some notes right here, okay? So the mouth always eats the bigger number. Honestly, if you remember that, you're gonna be fine. Obviously, I have the 4 inequality signs right here. I got my less than or equal to. Greater than or equal to. And again, we always read from left to right. Now, listen. Even though I just said this is great information, I never really care about the names, right? I just care about this first thing, right? When I look at numbers, when I look at inequalities, I always just remember the mouth eats the bigger thing. As far as knowing the names, it's not that big of a deal. It's good if you do. You won't die if you don't. For instance, true or false, right? Instead of reading through using all these fancy schmancy words, I'm just gonna go ahead and just follow one piece of information. I can remember that, right? So true or false? I got 4 problems here. Boom, boom, shaboom, shaboom, right? Okay, well, I have this mouth eating the 7. So I ask myself, is this 7 bigger than 2? Yeah, that's true. Done. It's true. Okay, I'm gonna go through the line here. I'm looking at this one, right? The mouth is eating the 5. So I ask myself, is this 5 bigger than 9? No, that is false. If you said true, you're doing some voodoo mathematics. 8. Now, this sign is eating the 8, right? But it also has this little equal to portion underneath. So it means that this 8 is either bigger than or equal to whatever the other side is. In this case, it's 8. Well, 8 is not bigger than 8. It's the same number, but they are equal to each other. So this is actually a true statement, okay? That's okay with me. But now this one, the mouth is eating the bigger number, which is the case of 8. I ask myself, is 8 bigger than 8? Well, it doesn't have the equal to, it's missing. So this is actually not true. 8 is not bigger than 8, it's equal to it, okay? So this is false. This is a false statement. And that's all I do, guys. That's all I do. I just look which way the mouth is opening and then see if that's actually bigger. That's it. Simple. Now when it comes to graphing, okay? So I got some nice little information right here. Open dots are used for less than and greater than signs. Closed dots are when you have the less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, okay? Also, this is huge right here. I mean, this is, if the variable is being eaten, you shade right. If the variable is not being eaten, you shade left. I'll show you what I mean. This first one right here, they give me inequality and I have to graph it. X is being eaten by this variable. X is greater than 2, okay? So X is being eaten than 2, blah, blah, blah. We're gonna put our dot on 2, because that's what we're referencing right now. It does not have the equal to portion, so I'm gonna give it a dot, and I'm not going to color it in. That is it. I'm just gonna keep it open dot. Next, is my variable being eaten? Yes, it is. So I'm just gonna shade to the right. And what this says is if you had this as an answer, my X is bigger than 2, so every number bigger than 2, so that's why I shaded to the right. 3, 4, it's gonna go on forever, right? Every number on this side of 2 is part of your solution because it's any X bigger than 2. That's it. Now, for the second one, in this case, I got a 2 right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my dot. It has the equal to portion, so just like we said, we're gonna use a closed dot, so I'm gonna color it in. And I'm gonna ask myself this simple question. Is my variable being eaten? No, the inequality sign's eating the number, its back is turned to the variable. So that means I shade left. And what this represents is that all my answers X are smaller than 2. So that's why I shaded to the left, because all my numbers smaller are towards the left. 1, 0, negative, all that stuff to the left, that is going to be part of my solution. I shaded left. Last one. I got my -5, that's what I'm referencing. So I put a circle there. Am I gonna shade it in? No, it has, no equal to portion here, so it's going to be an open dot. Now I ask myself my second question, is my variable being eaten? Well, this thing is eating the variable, yes. Okay, it's eating the variable, so I go ahead and I shade right. Because what this is saying is my answers are all the X's bigger than -5, which would be towards the right. That's it, guys. It's that simple. Don't overcomplicate it, okay? All we're gonna do when I write my inequalities, okay, I'm gonna put my variable down, x. Obviously, it's starting, this 3 is a very important number because it's referencing the 3. And I'm gonna look, it's shaded to the right. Well, I know that if it gets shaded to the right, it means my variable is being eaten. So I'm gonna make an inequality thing that's eating my variable. And then ask myself one last question. Is my dot shaded in? No, it's not. I'm going to keep it an open dot. And that's it. Done. For this one, I'm talking about -3 is going to be my big thing. So x, -3. And it doesn't, guys, doesn't matter how you start. You can put the x on the right. It doesn't matter how you start, as long as you follow the rules correctly afterwards. Meaning, I'm shading to the left. If you shade left, your variable does not get eaten. So I'm gonna make sure I draw the sign that's not opening towards the x. Now, my dot is shaded in. It's closed dot. So I gotta make sure I put the equal to portion at the very bottom. We're done. That's it. That's my answer. For the next 2, it's referring to 2. So I got x, I got 2. I'm shading to the left. Remember, if you shade left, you do not eat your variable. Boom. It's an open dot. I don't put the equal to. I'm done. Guys, this is so much fun. Honestly, I can do this all day long. Last one. Unfortunately, it's the last one. I'm so sad. Got my x. I got my 80. I'm shading to the right. Remember, if you shade right, you eat your variable. So I'm going to make an inequality sign eating the variable. It is colored in. It's a closed dot. So I put my equal to portion. I am done. That's it. Guys, a lot of small little details here, but it's all pretty easy in my eyes, right? It's not that bad. It's all just a bunch of little stuff. Don't overcomplicate it. Do your best. Rewatch the video. Have a great day. Stay healthy. Stay safe.